In today's recap, we bring you the movie Blue Lagoon, The Awakening. In this story, two high school students get stranded on an island for 100 days. At first they are only friends, but with time their bond evolves into a romantic relationship. When the movie begins, Emma and her sister are getting dropped off at high school. While Emma is speaking with her friend, the school quarterback Steven flirts with Emma, but she doesn't seem to be interested in him. When they get to class, the teacher asks all the students to be on time tomorrow, as they will be going on a class trip to Trinidad to help build a school for less fortunate children. At the cafeteria, Emma's friends urge her to sleep with Steven, but her eyes are set on a loner named Dean, who seldom socializes with others and routinely gets into trouble at school. After Dean's knife gets confiscated by a teacher, his dad has to pull strings to get his son back on the trip. The following day, the students arrive in Trinidad and Emma and her friends enjoy some pool time. She catches a glimpse of Dean standing alone at the balcony. Afterwards, the students get busy building the school for the less fortunate. Steven keeps flirting with Emma, but her heart is set on Dean. Later that evening, one of the girls tells Emma that there is a party happening on a boat and they all head out. They reach the party boat and the girls run inside excitedly. As the boat takes off, the party gets wild with all the drinking and dancing. Emma happens to see Steven kissing another girl, but it doesn't bother her. Seeing this, Dean asks her if Steven is her new boyfriend, and Emma asks him what's it to him, then Dean shrugs. Moments later, the police arrive in a surprise raid and in the rush, Emma accidentally falls overboard. Dean happens to see this, and he jumps into the water to help her. They climb into a small boat and Dean severs the line attaching the small boat to the party boat, to avoid getting into any more trouble. As the police boat and party boat get further away, it starts raining. They are too late when they realize their boat has no motor. As Emma and Dean argue, they get caught in the rough sea waves. The scene cuts to the hotel, where the teachers apprehend the students for breaking the rules and going to a party. The girls start to freak out when they discover that Emma has not returned to the hotel. Meanwhile, Emma and Dean have drifted away into the middle of the ocean. They try to make a call, but they cannot get any reception. For two people who have got lost in the ocean, the pair doesn't seem to be too worried about it right now. Soon the teachers figure out that Dean is missing as well. Dean teases Emma calling her prom queen, but Emma snaps at him. Suddenly, Emma sees an island in the distance and the pair drift to the island, avoiding dangerous rocks with the boat's sole paddle. They finally reach the shore and sigh in relief. Dean retrieves a flare gun from the boat before heading into the island to get help. Back in Miami, Emma's and Dean's parents start to freak out after learning that their children are missing. They blame the school teachers for not watching them closely enough in Trinidad. After hours of walking in the island, Emma tries to eat some berries and Dean stops her knowing that they are poisonous. Emma keeps insisting that they need to find a hotel soon, and Dean says he can't wait for a cup of coffee, only to discover that the island is deserted. While walking around they discover a cave to spend the night in, then a swarm of bats come racing towards them. When they walk back to the shore, they find the outgoing tide has washed away their boat. Soon, darkness closes in upon them and they rest on the beach. Emma remembers that she's carrying a packet of cookies with her, and the pair share it. Dean is quite the handyman and he makes a fire. He also offers his shirt to Emma so she can keep warm. 2 days later, Emma's parents and Dean's dad arrive in Trinidad fully panicked. They are appalled by the inefficiency of the authorities in finding their kids. They are furious to learn that the rescue search has been called off due to limited resources. Unsure if they will be rescued, Emma and Dean must rely on each other for survival now. They build a shelter with things they find in the island. Emma makes an SOS sign on the beach and they drink coconut water and eat bananas. Emma reveals that her parents have predetermined her future without her ever questioning it. They keep count of the days by scratching on a rock and get cozy in their leafy shelter. Later, Emma takes a bath under the waterfall and screams at Dean to stop looking. As the days pass by, the parents get even more frustrated because they can't find their kids. One day, Dean and Emma stumble upon a human skeleton. Emma gets afraid and starts to panic. Then Dean calms her by reminding her that he is there for her and they share a passionate kiss. At first they are friends, but eventually their bond evolves into a romantic relationship. The two give in to their growing feelings by having sex that night. The morning after their sexual encounter, Emma finds Dean digging a grave for the skeleton. When questioned, he becomes irritable and Emma accidentally falls and injures her knee. While attending to her wound, Dean eventually admits that he was hoping for closure over his mother's death, suffering guilt for inadvertently causing her fatal accident. It is why he was trying to give the skeleton a burial. Afterwards, it starts raining and the couple enjoy their time alone dancing in the rain. Nearly a month after, the search for Emma and Dean has been officially called off. But Emma's mom Barbara is determined to find her daughter and she does everything she can to look for her. Emma's dad has to return back home to take care of their youngest daughter, so Dean's dad Jack helps Barbara with the search efforts. But with no trace of Emma or Dean being found, Jack and Barbara can no longer neglect their individual responsibilities and they both return home. On the other hand, Dean and Emma are having the time of their lives in the island. With their endless making out sessions, the pair seem to fall deeper in love. Emma feels guilty for not being sad all the time and thinks they should keep trying to find a way out of the island. But Dean is a charmer and a carefree soul, he always makes Emma laugh and keeps her in good spirits. As their sexual relations continue, they share further intimate details. Emma discloses that she got intimate for the first time with Dean. They also talk about their mutual desire to have children, but the difficulty of life on the island and concern about her family increasingly strain Emma. One day, while Emma is taking a nap, she hears an airplane whirring. Dean rushes to get the flare gun but he can't find it. The pair get into a heated argument over misplacing things in their shelter, and they miss the plane. Frustrated, Emma walks to the beach and screams out that she wants to get out of the island. The couple eventually lose hope and Emma thinks she will never see her family again. Suddenly, Dean hears a sound and goes into the woods, and Emma follows. Out of nowhere, Dean spots a ferocious panther and the animal chases after him. While running, Dean trips and falls and the panther is right behind him, but Dean manages to kill the animal and the couple look at each other in relief. A montage of clips show how Dean and Emma are settling into their new life on the island, while back at home, their parents and friends are missing them. While laying down, suddenly some bottles start falling on the couple and they discover that a monkey has been stealing their stuff, including the flare gun. When the monkey drops the gun, without a thought Emma fires the gun and Dean yells at her for wasting a chance to get help. Then unexpectedly, they hear a helicopter nearby and run to the beach to fire the flare gun one more time. After being stranded over 100 days, Emma and Dean are finally rescued by a tourist helicopter. When they arrive at the airport back at home, they are met by a crowd of friends, family and the media. Emma gets hugged by so many people while Dean was only met by his dad. Dean looks back at Emma, but she is too busy with the people around her and he sadly leaves. That week, Dean comes to Emma's window to talk to her and she seems distant. She even rejects his kiss and asks him to go, but she invites him to a party that her parents are throwing for her. At the party, Emma's parents offer a toast to Emma and Dean for managing to survive out there all alone for many days. Dean tries to talk to Emma but she is busy with her friends. At school, Emma is thrust into a more popular position while Dean, still a semi-outcast, avoids approaching her in public. Readjusting to everyday life, their relationship becomes strained and distant. Emma attends the prom with her sister as her date, while Dean only goes because his father encouraged him. While walking around looking for guys to dance with, Emma and her friends spot Dean outside soaking in the rain, watching her through the window. Emma's friend encourages her to go to him and be romantic. Emma steps outside into the rain and the couple share a passionate kiss and then dance together, and the movie comes to an end. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications and comment which movie you would like us to recap next.